So she actually did a really good job of fully immersing me in it. A lot of my children's books were in German. We had German movies like Pumuckl and Biene Maya, like some of like the little kid shows and stuff. She sent me to Germany almost every summer to spend time with my grandparents, and so there I obviously was fully immersed in it. And she also made me go to German school on Saturdays for 10 years of my life, which at the time I hated, but I'm super thankful for because of that I was able to get Sprachen 1 and 2, and now I'm able to read and write in German as well, which I probably wouldn't have learned otherwise. So.
Mostly just to like have my German be at like on a higher level, I guess, because I wasn't able to talk about like politics or religion or like big topics like that in German without, I guess, being nervous. And so now I feel like I can talk about like, I can like analyze literature and things like that at a much like higher sophisticated level. Like someone who's my age should be able to in Germany.
You know, I have a really hard problem with sitzen. Since I only talked with my parents, I was always casual, and when you're younger, when you're 5 or younger, you are also still too young to do that anyway because you don't understand it really, or that level of formality.
Well, I was really nervous because I think people think because you're German and because my English can be weird, I should be amazing at German. And then all of a sudden, like, making those mistakes in front of people who think that your German should be better, that's kind of nerve-wracking. And then making mistakes in front of a German professor, like...
And we try to use more formal, like, speech, you know, like the newspaper speech. Since I didn't, like, go to a German school, I didn't learn that. So hearing that, it just sounds all wrong and weird.
But I can't tell you the rules.
Yes, it's mostly just like while I'm talking, I'm trying to think like, oh, is it D or... So it's not necessarily like when it's all in the nominative, but like when it starts being an accusative or it's after this preposition, like that's when it's hard for me.
Yeah, that's also hard because if you don't know the rules and if you try to just learn it by listening to it, half of the time I'm like, I'm sorry, did you just say dem or D? Even if in class before I'll say dem, and the teacher's like, correct, it's dem, and I'm like, yeah, I said that. So
I guess I didn't like that I wasn't put in some kind of German school to like actually learn the grammar, because I mean when you're growing up just listening to it, you don't really learn it. So I wish my mother had maybe either put me in a school where I could have learned the grammar better or actually like called me out more when I was growing up, because I didn't actually start getting called out until, you know, I was older and with my German family they would call me out, but it was too late at that point. So.
Those are the worst. That's the worst part of German in my mind, is adjective endings. I still have no idea. But like you can kind of sound it out sometimes.
I've learned it a million times, and then as soon as it's over, though, I just go back to my reflexive method of just like saying what I think it sounds right. And like I said, that's probably less correct. That's probably like a 60% right, because honestly, blaue, blaues, I'm like blaue and blaue.
And I guess I would say when speaking with adults that I'm not as familiar with, I'm more nervous than like obviously with people that I know.
So once I'm in Germany, I don't really think it's hard. Especially like once I'm in like Munich, it's just, you know, like I know who I'm talking to and I can say like random dialect things and they'll understand me. When I'm here, I'm talking to a professor, it's a lot harder because I know that they're probably thinking, oh, it's the wrong adjective ending, or it's nominative, not accusative, or whatever.
Really, like since I grew up with the German culture and American culture, I do consider myself both, very much so. But like just because I speak English so much better, like most of my friends are American, I do kind of lean towards the American side sometimes.
I consider myself American. I get so offended when people call me African American. I'm like, wrong. I am African. You can call me that. You can call me German. You can call me Afro-German. Just don't call me American.
It's like, I grew up like with the German culture for sure, and like I know the language, but it's different if you didn't actually live there. And like, I was always like the American girl when I was there, which is funny because growing up here with my friends, I was always like, oh, she's German. And then like there, I was always like, oh, that's the American girl. And I'm like, what am I? Like, I don't know.
Like, passing on the language and like culture you have, I think that's one of the most important things that parents should do and can do. So I can't imagine not being raised bilingual. I'd feel very disconnected to half of my family, half of who I am. So yeah, I think it's, as a parent, you owe it to your child.
Okay.